Hey everyone, Derek here, and welcome to episode 2 of my adventures in Japan. I'm going to jump right into the activities as this was quite an eventful week, and the epic music is on purpose. I went to another exhibit in Shibuya, this time showcasing the booster pack artwork for the Pokémon trading card game. All of these art pieces were done by Mitsuhiro Arita, a renowned artist for the Pokémon TCG. He did all of the tag team artwork for the Sun and Moon era cards, which is what is on display here. I was actually fortunate enough to meet Arita-san in 2022 during the Toronto Regionals, and had a couple of cards signed. An E3 stamped base set Pikachu, which is the first card I ever owned, as well as a jumbo Korokoro magazine base set Charizard in English, which is rare for cards in Japan to be printed in English. And yeah, he drew this iconic artwork. Anyways, it's incredible to see the artworks in their full state like this. It's such a rare thing. I could honestly stare at the details for hours. And it's so cool to see the finished product right beside the untouched artwork. Also, shout out to the kind fellow that gave me a clear file for the exhibit pamphlet. I still have it. And unfortunately, Arita-san was on lunch, so I didn't catch him, but that's okay. It was still incredible. On my way back to Akihabara, I stopped at the Koami Shrine in the Nihonbashi Koamicho area. Honestly, it's an absolutely beautiful residential area. What drew me to this shrine was that it's the Dragon Shrine, and it survived the Tokyo fire bombings of World War II. I'm not much of a religious person, if I'm being honest, but I wanted to respect the shrine and take part in the traditional offerings and prayer. It's my first time doing so. The shrine also sells some goods, such as omamori, which are little amulets for good luck. I actually wanted to pick up a Goshuincho, which is the book you see me purchasing here. The gentleman showed me every book design that they had, and of course, the one I wanted was the last one that he showed me. You can get it signed when you visit shrines and temples, but in this case they had some Goshuin that was pre-made because it was too busy to write in the books directly. It has the date you visited plus the stamp of the shrine or temple on it. And yeah, this is my finished book up close. You would later glue in the Goshuin like so. And yeah, it's a super cool way to commemorate each of the shrines that you visit. Back in Akihabara, I went over to Yakiniku Like. I've seen this place all over social media and had to try it out for myself. It's a personal yakiniku experience. You get a little booth, order the meat that you like, and the tray slides right into the slot, which is the most satisfying thing ever. There's a hidden drawer for chopsticks, and there's also a bunch of sauces, which I didn't show because it's shared with your neighbors and it's kind of busy. But yeah, you get your own personal grill, cook up the food, and away you go. Of course, I managed to mess up right away, but it's all good. I got the hang of it eventually. Yeah, it's super fast, it's super cheap, just as they advertise, and it's a great solo restaurant experience. The food was delicious, and I completely devoured it. Afterwards, I went for a little stroll in the area just to walk off the food. And yeah, another successful day comes to a close. The girlfriend stuff. Depending on who your favorite girl is. Euro camp section. This has the K-on section. It's my second last day in Akihabara. I finally had some time to go and check out a bunch of the shops. I'm not anywhere close to having checked out all the shops. Hopefully we'll get to that very soon. But I needed to take a break because I had not only too much stuff with me, but it was just getting so hot. I thought I would kind of share my haul because I have no self-control. A Yuru Camp blind box, I actually already opened it. And it's like a little stress ball. So I got Nadeshiko. This is a Bochi-chan shirt. Bochi the Rock. I didn't need these, okay? But let me just say, I spent a lot of money on the arcades just because it was fun to play the claw machines. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've found all 4 of these at one of the Sega arcades. Sorry, Gigo. There's no chance in hell that I would win these for less than 20 bucks. When I see the prices for like less than 20 bucks, 1,800 yen, I'm just kind of like, yeah, fuck it, like, just buy it. Which maybe leads me into this section here. This I just bought. That was probably the first figure that I bought because I knew this was the one that I wanted. This though, so I'll just start off with this Crab Kirby. I won this in 3 tries. I won this in 1 try in the claw machines. This was like 40 bucks. And I see it everywhere for like 15 bucks. Do you see my predicament now? Where it's like literally, I could try to win these, but I'm shit. So I end up paying like double what they're actually worth. They're really only worth like 15 to 25 bucks. That's it. And the same with all these. So I saw all of these also currently available at the claw machines at the time of recording this. Okay, so I didn't realize how cross I was getting, so I'm just going to voice over the rest of this haul. I found it a bit comical, so I kept some of it in since it was pretty genuine. But yeah, the truth is, I didn't need any of this stuff. It was just FOMO from being shit at arcades. Side note, I do collect figures, but this was just the result of being an overwhelmed weeb in Japan for the first time in a long time. Anyways, I picked up these Eurocamp Shimarin chopsticks in a nice wooden container. It comes with a nice little stopper for the chopsticks as well. And this is the Keisoku Band CD from Bochi the Rock that had just come out. These are Japanese Pokemon cards from the Neo era, so around the year 2000. They released a file folder for the first 3 Neo sets. In English, that was Neo Genesis, Discovery, and Revelation. I don't collect much of the Japanese cards, but I was actually on the hunt for all of these file folders because I've wanted them for a long time. I managed to find this Neo 3 one, so I picked it up. It's in decent condition, and there's a Celebi behind there that you can't see, but yeah, super happy with this purchase for sure. Oh, and also I did check out that Lycoris Recoil pop-up shop that was staring at me from my hotel window. A lot of the goods that you see here on display were actually sold out, except for some of the pins and acrylic stands. Anyways, that was way too much shopping for the day, and I needed to save some money for the next day too. This is why we're here. I made it a point to travel to every city that has a Pokemon Center in it when making my itinerary. The first one I hit up was Pokemon Center Yokohama. Each Pokemon Center is given a mascot. In this case, Yokohama has Turtwig, Sobble, and Manaphy. They also have a giant Kyogre in the middle of the shop. I'm gonna get him. I have to, he's so squishy. I don't know where I'm gonna fit him in my suitcase, but he's coming with me. Pokemon centers are full of all kinds of merchandise. You know, figures, plushies, home decor, clothing, stationery, trading card game, accessories, but no packs. With the crazy demand for Pokemon cards these days, they literally did not have any booster packs for sale at this time. It was absolutely wild. Either way, my goal was to pick up a store-exclusive Pikachu if it exists, since I've got a small collection from my last trip. Yokohama didn't have one, but hey, at least I get to cross seeing this Pokemon Center off my list. It's gonna drop it. Of course it does. Hey. Alright. This is the first Pokemon lid I've ever seen in my entire life. And it's the first one of many on this trip. It's a Pikachu, and another Pikachu, and a Wingull. Next up was the Gundam factory to check out the moving Gundam. It was crazy because I ended up running into Rayron from the Full Blast, a punk band from Southern Ontario in the early 2000s. We chatted and coincidentally had the same ticket time to go up to see the Gundam. Were you in there for a bit? I haven't even gone in there yet. Okay.
Yeah, we've done a fair amount of shopping and walked in just as it was going crazy.
He was so nice and so cool. He let me hang out with him and his partner, so we went up to see the Gundam together. We even took a selfie together. And I don't know why I didn't take off my mask, and also I never saw this picture. As for the Gundam itself, it was really cool, but as you can see, the view from the top isn't too great. It's amazing to be up there to experience the scale, size, and detail of the Gundam, but the show is much better experienced at the base. Speaking of the Gundam base, they had some food in a shop where I picked up a 1/144 scale Gunpla of the RX-78F00 Gundam and dock. I put it together and yeah, it looks really cool. We later went to Yokohama Chinatown to get some food and walk the area until it got dark. Chinatown was really cool. It's very picturesque and absolutely beautiful during golden hour. There's also an endless amount of food options. I just ended up eating a pork bao, and Ray had some chicken wings with dumplings inside. It's pretty interesting. We also passed by a shrine and a bunch of cool looking shops on our way back to the station. Coincidentally, Ray and I were staying 2 stations apart in Tokyo, so I went up to Ueno to meet up with him later that night. We walked along Ameya Yokocho, or Ameyoko for short, and had a beer and talked music. We also went to a few arcades and whatever shops were still open at the time.
Well, don't let me stop you from having a good time.
No, I'm just watching it fun. It's gonna fly.
Despite embarrassing myself in front of such a cool guy, he was telling me about his new project and the new record that they were working on. This was in March, and this record ended up getting released in June of this year. It was so cool, I felt like I had some insider information. The band is called the Neolux, and the record is called New Type Kids. Check it out. Hello, Mr. Robot. So this is hotel number 2, Hoteru number 2. So let's do a quick room tour. It's obviously a lot smaller than the last one. It's okay because this place is run by robots. All my stuff is already on the bed because there's not really a whole lot of spare space to put it. Although it does look like, you can see that there's quite a bit of space underneath the bed. But I'm only here for 2 nights, so I don't really care. Yeah, you get one of these fellows. So I'm assuming that's a common thing across hotels. Seems like it so far. There's a fridge and a safe. The safe is new. I didn't have the safe at the last one. No complimentary water. That's okay. You get a kettle, a mug, nice big TV, which I'm probably not going to use. Okay, so this is a complete unit bath. Get the shower head into the tub. Sink and toilet. You do get a little mirror. Hello. Hi. I probably lost like 10 pounds just lugging my shit around hotel to hotel. Pretty nice hotel. It's pretty small. I imagine this is how a lot of the business hotels are going to be like. Pretty small. Not a lot of room for more than one person. But that's fine because it's just me and I'm only here for 2 nights. The logo looks like a butt. Maybe like 2 scoops of ice cream, but it looks like a butt. You get to see the Skytree. I didn't do much this day except for switch hotels, which took a ton of energy, like way more than I expected. I went to check out the Freshness Burger nearby, and it was easily one of the best burgers I had on this entire trip. Would 100% recommend. There's a place by the Skytree called Sagawa that allows you to store your luggage for about 800 yen a day, so I passed by there quickly to drop off my suitcase and had a quick walk around the area. I'd be back here later in the trip to explore more anyways. I actually had to book it to Shibuya to make my Shibuya Sky entry time. After getting a bit lost at Shibuya Station, I made it to Shibuya Sky, which is a 360-degree observation deck on the tallest building in Shibuya that opened up in November 2019. You aren't allowed to bring gimbals or selfie sticks or hats. They need to be locked up in these free lockers here. It's about 2,000 yen to enter, and it was pretty packed. It's definitely recommended to purchase a ticket in advance, especially if you're interested in going during the sunset hours, because those times do sell out. I went during the afternoon because I actually had a concert to go to in the area. But yeah, you get to really immerse yourself in Tokyo. No matter where you look, you get to see just how huge and how much of a concrete jungle Tokyo really is. To be honest, I couldn't tell you which direction is which, but the sea of buildings feels truly endless on all sides. You can also just, hang around and have a sit. I would definitely recommend checking out Shibuya Sky for what has to be one of the best views in Tokyo, in the heart of Tokyo. There's also an indoor area near the lockers. You can get a great view from here as well, and not have to deal with the wind, which is definitely a factor. And if it were raining, I imagine this is where you'd have to go. As for the concert itself, it was an acoustic show in a place called Loft Heaven. I love the Peggies. They're a Japanese rock band currently on hiatus, and Yuuho, the vocalist guitarist of the Peggies, was opening the show. Again, no pics, but I snuck a pic of the interior before it started. She was incredible, and hearing acoustic versions of some of the Peggy songs was absolutely awesome. There was a bunch of sniffling in the audience for sure. Not by me though, I swear. Yeah, it was a great way to close out this Tokyo portion of the trip. Thank you all so much for watching and making it to this part of the video. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I hope you look forward to the next episode.
Thank you for staying at our hotel. We are looking forward to seeing you again.